Alright my dudes, welcome back to my channel. Hope your day's going well. Subscribe if you're new, like the video if you enjoyed it. Today I'm going to be doing my own tier list in regards to PvP. This is going to be for global of course, because I no longer play JP. Gave my account away to my homie. So yeah, obviously I did do a tier list on JP not too long ago, but I think it's time to do a global one. Keep in mind, this is going to be my own opinion, not some general consensus. Obviously I only play top 100 PvP and high tier ungeared PvP, so I can't account for the lower ranks, how it goes down over there, because I simply do not know. Take that with a pinch of salt of course. This tier list is going to be mostly based off my opinion in high tier PvP. As a lower tier player, you might not find my tier list to be super accurate for you. Obviously there's nothing I can do about that, take it with a pinch of salt. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be it's gonna be, you know, compressed into just one tier list. I'm not gonna do one for geared and ungeared, because what's the point? The only difference is gonna be maybe a few units would move up or down. That's pretty much it in terms of the difference between geared and ungeared. So I think we're ready to get started. Now this might be a bit controversial, but Blue King, I am gonna put him in meta. Now he is a top 3 unit in the whole game of course. However, right now the way the game currently is, I can't put him in god tier meta just because I do not face him every game like I do the other units that I'm gonna put in the god tier meta category. So you know, keep that in mind. He's still you know, sing praises for this guy, fantastic unit, all that good stuff. It's just right now he's you know, he's at too big of a risk for people to be running him. I rarely run into Blue King in this current meta, so just keep that in mind. Next is Blue Diane. In top 100 PvP, I find her somewhat regularly in some big boy ult teams, so I'm gonna put her in off meta. You know, face her maybe once every, I don't know, 25 games or so. Very rare. However, when all the games I play are just meta teams, I don't think it's wrong to call her an off meta unit, because she is a very good unit of course. She holds the strongest ultimate in the game. Now you can look at it deeper and say it's not technically the strongest ultimate, because a Valenti team would not take as much damage from Diane's ultimate as they would against King's ultimate, because King ignores resistance. But you guys get what I mean, right? She generally does have the strongest ultimate, the highest multiplier. Very good stuff. Next is Green Merlin, god tier meta unit. Not gonna, you know, don't really need to say anything. She's on every single Valenti team, or at least 99% of them, the good ones anyway. You know, necessary for the ult rush. I don't need to explain Green Merlin, guys. Come on, let's be serious. Next is Coin Shop Barn. Green Barn, my homie. Love this unit so much. In top 100 and sometimes in ungeared, I do face this guy. Not too often, but I do face him. So he is in off meta. Next up, Red Demon Meliodas. Now, I faced this guy once in top 100 PvP and I got absolutely destroyed. So you know, a bit controversial, but I am gonna have to put him in obscure. And if I didn't explain it already, god tier meta are the units you face every single game pretty much. Meta units, you'll face them, you know, in some games, but you won't face them as often as the god tier meta units. Off meta, you'll rarely face them. Obscure is like you'll be lucky to fight one of these dudes in, you know, 100 games or something really, you know, stupid like that. Very rare units. However, they are not bad units, right? Troll units are exactly what they are. They're just troll units. Bad units are bad units. Unusable or unusable. So, you know, pretty simple to understand. Red Demon Meliodas, he's not a bad unit. He's not a troll unit. He's not unusable. He can be very good given the correct setup. So I have to put him in obscure. Gotha is god tier meta unit. Let's not even bother to discuss that. Blue Melascula, very high pace rate, also very high lifesteal. Really difficult to kill, however, at the end of the day, she is just a troll unit, so keep that in mind. Alright. Blue Demon Meliodas. Yeah. Milim. I mean, I regret making her 6'6", even though she's very cute lolly. She's not unusable per se. I guess she Her ultimates, I'll put her in bad. I guess you could potentially give her some protection with Valenti so she doesn't die in 2 hits, but you know, I'll leave it at that. Rimuru, again, it's like he's not unusable, but he's definitely bad. Slater is straight up unusable. You cannot use this guy in PvP. He's absolute garbage. Blue Merlin, I used her. Unusable, nah, she has to be unusable. She's so bad. Blue Matrona Diane, simply on the merit that you can actually cheese her unique so hard, I do have to put her in troll, because if you guys don't know, her unique, her passive, she gains crit chance based on the amount of crit resist she has. So if you give this girl a crit resist set, like you give her attack crit resist, you stack up her crit resist, all of a sudden she crits every single hit. That can be a bit trolly. Is it good? Probably not, but it's definitely a bit trolly, so I'll put her in troll. Blue Elizabeth, you know, when she dies, gives your allies 2 ult gauge and heals them back to full HP. Used in troll ult teams for dudes that are, you know, trying to be funny. Next is, this one's hard because Blue Helihawk is not unusable, definitely not. She's not a bad unit. She's not a troll unit either. Obscure, I haven't faced one in such a long time, and Escanor destroys her, and it's really hard, but deep down, she is not a bad unit, guys. She's not unusable either. She's not a troll unit. I have to put her in Obscure. Maybe if you found a way, like a really creative team for her, she might be able to do decently well, but I'm not placing any bets on that. It's just that she, like, as a unit, even though in the meta she sucks right now, you can't use her in the meta, as a unit she is a good unit, right? She's not garbage, so I can't degrade her. Galland, he's a, unlike Helihawk, he's just a squishy piece of toilet paper. I've never seen a unit so squishy. Escanor rips through him so hard, and Escanor is in like 90% of people's teams, so if you use Galland, man, chances are you're gonna get wrecked. He's not unusable. Like I said, you might be able to find some shenanigans that works well with him. Generally though, I do think he's a bad unit. Blue Gotha is unusable, one of the worst SSRs in the game. Blue Hendrickson is unusable, one of the worst SSRs in the game. Jeez, man, all the worst. Oh wait, never mind. I was gonna say all the bad units are blue, but that's just seems to be the way this placement is. They all seem to be color coded or whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. Blue Fat King is a troll unit solely from the merit of his counter. You activate his counter. He taunts. Doesn't like taunt them, so it's directed to him, but he just does a taunt. When your allies are attacked, oh, it's not really a taunt, he assumes a stance. Let's use, you know, the correct terminology. He assumes a stance. If him or any of your allies get attacked, he will counter attack you know, the enemy that attacked. Bit of a troll unit. Is he any good? Absolutely not, but he does have the potential to troll people. This Barn right here, I think he's bad. On my JP tier list, I did put him as a troll unit, but on global, I don't think you'll do too well running him. Green King, I have to put him in Obscure. Of course, very powerful ultimate, and I did try him in a Valenti team, and it worked out pretty well. So he's Obscure. You'll rarely find him, that's why he's in Obscure, but he's definitely not a bad unit. He's a good unit. Next up is Green Fat King. I did a video with this guy, and he's not, you know, he's not, nah, he's bad. Who am I kidding? He's a bad unit. Green Lilia, meta unit. For me personally, I do fight her very often, so I do put her in meta. Oh wait, how did I forget? Keck W, I forgot to do that one. Lilia, like, guys, seriously, the most anticipated unit on global. God tier, of course. Green Meliodas, he's a troll unit, just because, you know, low HP, assume a stance, counter. Yeah, he's a troll unit. Valenti, one of my favorite lollies. I have to put her in God tier meta, of course. This Diane, right now, she's an obscure. However, trust me, much further down the line when a specific unit releases, she goes right up here. Trust me, I'll tell you that for free. However, that's not the time, so as of right now, she is an obscure. She is a very good unit, of course, but right now is just not the time to be using her. The current meta does not favor her. She's not a bad unit, and some alt teams might be able to use her to some capacity, so I'll put her in obscure. I think I've phased her twice since she released, so you know, it's not like she's unusable. It's not like people don't use her at all. She's just very rare. Next up is Death Pierce. Dudes, I love this guy, man. I did 2 videos with him and they were very fun. I had a good time, and he's actually a really good unit. I kid you not. In a crit team, Death Pierce pops off. If you didn't see my crit team videos, you should check them out. He is really a good unit. I'm not gonna lie. I've never faced someone with Death Pierce in the front. I'm not gonna lie to you, but from my experience, he really is a good unit. He's not garbage. He's not a troll unit. He's actually a legit unit for a legit team. That's a legit strategy. The crit rate team, obviously, you can only win with that team if you're just critting dudes left, right, and center, which is definitely possible because, like I said, I did a video about it, and team worked very well in ungeared. Geared, it didn't work too well, I guess, but yeah. Death Pierce, definitely a good unit. You won't run this guy unless you ran into me when I was recording my videos. You've probably never ran into Death Pierce in the front row if you're in high tier PvP. But yeah, Elaine, I want to say unusable just because, like, dudes, 15% HP related stats to your fairies. It's not gonna, it doesn't do much for you right now. It literally does nothing, quite literally. This Elizabeth, I did do a video on her. And you know, I do think she's a troll unit. She can help you stay alive for quite a bit. Obviously, she is also very good at recycling ultimates very fast. She's not obscure because I don't think she's that good of a unit, but she can definitely work in your ult team. So troll unit, Eskanoru Sama. Yeah. Greymore, unusable. This green Hellbrim, I personally think he is unusable. Jericho-san, Jericho is a troll unit. I mean, if you're using her at this point, she has to be a waifu or something like that because you have no reason to use her. She's not a bad unit. She's just like literally almost as squishy, maybe even more squishy than Bloody Gallon. So yeah, I mean, you know, she can output some very, very quick DPS super fast, but you know, when you are built of tissue paper, that DPS doesn't help too much. Next is Red Merlin. Obscure unit in my opinion. She's a very good unit. You just don't run into her too often, but when you do, it's pretty cancer. This barn is unusable. Deldry is a troll unit in my personal opinion. If you're using her, you're probably not taking PvP too seriously. You're probably just trying to have some fun. This red barn, I did a video with this guy on JP, and I don't think I won a single video in 30 minutes of PvP. So yeah. Benimaru, is he unusable? No. Is he bad? Absolutely. Red Diane, Kung Fu Diane, Fighter Diane, whatever you want to call her. I just think she's a bad unit. Like, what are you really supposed to do with her? Wait till you get hit and then, you know, attack, hope you crit for some more damage, because you know, she increases her crit damage every time she gets hit. Doesn't work well. Red Gil Thunder, he is solely for the big blubbery boys, as Teton would say. Off meta unit, I run into him somewhat often in geared PvP, top 100 specifically. Some big blubbery boys do use him in their ult teams with Diane. So yeah, Gil Thunder is off meta. Realistically, should be an obscure, but you know, it's not like I fight him once every 100 games. When I play top 100, I play 100 games, I'll probably fight him about anywhere between 5 to 10 times. This Red Gila is just not good for PvP. Her skill set ain't the worst, but you know, there's just no good team to run her in, so I have to put her in bad. Red Hellbrim, I do have to put in off meta. I don't know about you guys, but Kingbrim is slowly dying. I am not fighting Kingbrims too often, so I have to put him in off meta. Still a fantastic unit, of course, but when you have dudes like Demon Meliodas running around and stuff, it's just you know, it's not going to be great. Hauser, god tier meta unit. If he's not in the front line, he's gonna be in sub. So yeah, he's pretty popular, pretty popular. Now Arthur, I do have to put in meta. I don't fight him in the front line too often. He's more usually a sub unit. But yeah, now I know it does look weird having King sitting here in meta with Lilia and Arthur. It's just that, guys, trust me, from my experience in PvP as of right now, I do not find many Kings. I just simply don't. These units up here, I find either one of them or multiple of them in every single game of PvP that I play. That's why they are god tier units in the meta right now, so please keep that in mind. I cannot stress that enough. I'm not going to waste my time by slapping all of the R units and most of the SRs in Unusable, so you know, I'll save the hassle of doing that. I'll pick out the ones that actually have some kind of use. What's his name again? Gustav. He's a troll unit, of course. Iceman, Ice Baby. This Red Elizabeth can be pretty annoying with a healing passive. Gil Thunder is a meta unit. I really want to put in god tier, but because he's just like a sub unit mostly, I don't really want to put him in god tier just because he's a sub, so I do put him in meta. Red Grimoire, meta unit, just like Gil Thunder, only for the sub, only for the passive and sub, should I say? Do I wanna put Green Hendrickson in obscure? I really don't know. I think I will, because you know, he's, as a unit, he's actually not that bad. He's not necessarily a troll unit either, because if you are using him, you'll be using the Pierce rate team, and he does give them quite a big buff, especially in geared PvP. Oh my, the buff he gives them in geared PvP is much more substantial, so I'll put him in obscure. Green Dreyfus, I do put him in troll just because if you're trying to get him to work, you probably are trying to troll people in PvP. Next, I do think Green Ellie Hawk, I think she would do very well in a mirror match Pierce team, because she's green, so she's going to hit Demon Meliodas and Lilia much harder than Hauser's going to be able to hit them. Or, you know, obviously I do think your Demon Meliodas is going to hit harder than her, just because he has much more attack, because she is an SR unit. Nonetheless, I do think she would out damage Hauser, so I would put her in obscure. I haven't faced anyone using her in a Pierce team just yet, so I might have to try that for myself. And did I miss out any units down here? These are all JP units. Alright, Red Melascula. She is a troll unit, of course. The way she works, when an ally dies, she revives them back to 1 HP for 3 turns. Unless you kill her, that buff will not disappear, so you'd have to wait 3 turns or cleanse the buff with an Escanor or perhaps a Petrify or something like that. So yeah, troll unit, and I do think that is pretty much it for the tier list. I don't think I missed out anyone, or did I? No, I didn't miss out anyone. These are all either pointless units that I'm not going to waste my time dragging them in, or JP exclusive units. So yeah, we still have a lot to come. Still a lot of SSRs. This one in particular is my favorite, but that'll be for another time. Anyway, guys, this is my current tier list for the global PvP scene right now. You know, it's not geared or ungeared, it's a mixture of both. In ungeared, nah, I think it's safe to say this is fine for both geared and ungeared. You know, maybe you disagree, maybe you don't. Let me know in the comments below. Maybe we can have a chat. I do read all my comments, so you know, if you write me a comment, I'm guaranteed to read it. Let me know your thoughts on my tier list, what you agree with. Maybe there's something you disagree with. Maybe we can have a chat about it. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, guys. Subscribe to my channel for more content, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Have a good day.